And we are live, Mel Knight Sports, back in the building with my co-host Micah. We are here. We're gonna be talking some boxing. We're gonna be talking some MMA. So sit back, stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. You already know. It says on the bottom, smash the like button. Feel what I'm saying? But we had an interesting weekend of boxing. Very interesting. There was some UFC fights, but mainly the bigger cards were um, the boxing cards. We had Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva, and then we had Lomachenko versus Jermaine Ortiz. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start. We're gonna wait for or Loma. We're gonna talk about Loma a little bit later. But what do you think about the Jake Paul fight?
Bro, that knockdown at the end, that combo, bro. First of all, it was good. It was a way better than I was expecting. Way more high level. But like, bro, that combo that he hit him with was so ridiculous, man. The combo that he dropped him with to end it, to set up his right hand perfectly,
Hmm. Yeah,
and to catch.
that was all she wrote when he got knocked down. I knew they wouldn't, you know. But like I think I told you this. I actually had him winning the fight. I gave Paul the first round, and I gave him obviously the seventh round. I have him winning 3 rounds. He might be generous and give him another round in between, but the thing is, Paul was landing the heavier shots. He was doing more damage. Um, oh, why does this thing do this? He was landing the heavier shots, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? And thing is, bro, Silva was not putting any force into his shots. Like
Hmm.
he was just touching him. He wasn't trying to like really. I didn't see any like feet, anything from the hips, from the foot. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like it
he had
just.
he had a couple shots that he landed that were heavy,
I
but
mean, he
it's
could have
like,
stopped him. He could have. There was parts in that fight where he could have stopped Jake. You know what I'm saying? He had him on the ropes. He had him. I mean, I guess he looked hurt, but he had Jake swimming. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
But Jake is strong. He's pretty decently durable. See, the thing is, it's hard for me to really gauge how he is because we have not yet had him face a real boxer. So I can say he's durable, right? But until he fights someone, an actual boxer that is you know what I'm saying, is used to fighting 12 rounds and you know what I'm saying, hitting them with real power shots. I don't know. I don't know. I can't gauge him how good he is. It's
yeah,
hard for me to do it, but
I was thinking that as well.
he does have power. We can't deny that. He does have
Hmm.
power. He can box, but I say this. I think he gets smoked by any decent boxer at his weight. You know what I'm saying? Any decent boxer. Now, he would be fighting at cruiserweight. There's not really that much big names there. You know what I'm saying? It's not really
Hmm.
a deep division. Obviously you had Alexander Usyk become undisputed there, but even people say he didn't have the toughest competition. I don't know anyone other than
Yeah.
Hassan Rahman. I don't know anyone else that's at cruiserweight personally. It's just not a glamour division. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But you know, Silva, man. I mean, he's old, obviously. You know what I'm saying? He's an old man.
It's 47.
Yeah, he was 47. It was a decent fight. It was entertaining. It was honestly entertaining. It was, you know, interesting to see, Silva doing his thing. But like I said, man, he wasn't throwing those shots with any power, man. He no power. It was all arm. And I don't know if it's the fact that I'm being trained now, and I can tell because now my coach is working on my power a lot, and I can
Hmm.
see when people aren't they're not using their bodies in the punch, they're just using their hands, and there's no power in it. Um, maybe now I'm able to see that stuff, but I didn't. And actually saw a video of Anderson Silva's old boxing match, and he obviously, he's younger, right? But he's throwing those punches with his body in that
Hmm.
in that fight, and you know, but what is next? Like, what do you think is next for Jake? Because are we ever gonna get him to face a boxer?
Yeah, it's just gonna. I don't know. It depends on his team, to be honest. Here's what I think, man. I think that Jake Paul has a lot of yes men around him.
Hmm.
I think everything that Hasim Rahman Jr. was saying was true about him not being able to use his right hand in sparring and all those things and and I think that they hype Jake up a lot. Um, but I don't know like who his next opponent is gonna be. That's the thing. Like I don't know if they're gonna make him fight a real boxer next.
Right.
That's everybody after this. You see he's beaten he's beaten three MMA guys,
Hmm.
three MMA champions.
Hmm. Was Askren a champion?
He was in different organizations, not
Okay.
in the UFC.
Uh,
When they got him in the UFC, he was already like he had the surgeries and stuff like that. He was not at his best. So he was out of his prime when they got him in the UFC. Um, but basically, it just depends on Jake's team.
hmm.
I don't if if they're trying to protect him, if they opt to try and protect him, then no, he's not gonna fight another boxer.
Hmm.
They're probably gonna get him to fight like even if they were gonna get him to fight a boxer, they're probably gonna get him to fight someone old,
Right. Right.
like old and washed
But you
out.
know what, bro? Even if that's the case, at least it's a ranked boxer. I'll take that. You know,
No, it's probably someone who's retired, is what I'm saying.
yeah, that's no. I mean, it's still no good. We gotta for me to take him seriously in boxing. I'm not saying he can't box. I don't think he's that great, to be honest. He can box. Obviously, he's training. He's taking the training seriously, it looks like, right? But for me to take him serious as a boxer, I need him to face an actual boxer. I mean, you don't train for soccer for, a year and then go face, a team of baseball players. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
only in boxing you could do this. You know what I'm saying? Only in boxing. Um, so I gotta see him against a ranked fighter. If they're ranked in some type of way, then I could say, okay, I can gauge it. You know what I'm saying? If he gets through a ranked fighter, bro, you know what I'm saying? Then we know he's serious. Well, we know he's a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Right now, bro, he's just fighting. He's beating up on dudes that are either old, out of their prime, not boxers at
They're not in
all,
the sport.
not in the sport. First of all, basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Nate Robinson, like, it's a celebrity thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? If that's the hustle, all right, right? If that's the
Yeah,
hustle, cool. But
I mean they both make a lot of money.
right, and I can't hate on the hustle. I'm just saying, okay, just don't say you're an actual boxer. You're just doing it's exhibitions. And
Hmm.
that's what it looks like to me. It's just they're just exhibition matches. They don't mean anything. They're just purely for entertainment. This guy calling out Canelo and everything like that, like, you know, just fight someone. Fight a boxer. You get through him. You start climbing up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? And all right, you know what I'm saying? Then you could call some people out. I mean, but the thing is, bro, like I said, it's working because these dudes they say the most outlandish things, and it gets people's attention. You know what I'm saying? It gets
Hmm.
people's attention, and that's the new generation, man. They say wild stuff, and they're expecting even wilder reactions, and it works. This is one thing I don't like about the our this generation, but you know the blueprint does work. That's one thing I can't deny. Uh, but yeah, that knockdown was bad, man. I'm just
Yeah.
glad Silva didn't get knocked out. That's all. I'm just glad he didn't get knocked out. But that knockdown was bad. He has power. That's no denying it. You know what I'm saying?
The way he set that up was just freaking perfect, man.
And you know what, bro?
Because what was it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to the body, and then came back with the right?
I honestly don't remember how we knocked him down. I just know that Anderson Silva was fighting with his hands down, and that's something that he does.
Yeah.
And you know, you for
He's a master of range when he can use his legs.
right, but you're in boxing now, and obviously he's had boxing
Hmm.
matches, but you know. I mean, not listen. He's 47 years old. Your reflexes are not as they were when you were 35, 25. So you fighting with your hands down, for you to do that, you have to have cat-like reflexes. Your reflexes are not there anymore. So for you to be fighting
Hmm.
with your hand, and I knew it was going to be an issue. I knew it was going to be an issue. He's playing around with him and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how Anderson Silva is. Um, and he got caught. He got caught. It was set up. Um, you know, not to take anything away, but his hands were down, man, and you got to keep your hands up,
Hmm.
especially in
Hmm.
boxing, man. You gotta. That's one thing I learned. You can. You gotta have like you gotta. Don't get me wrong. I have very fast reflexes, right? I could if I really tried, and I used to do this all the time. I used to fight with my hands down, but it's just safer to be with your hands up because you can't dodge every punch. You know what I'm saying? You can't dodge every punch.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. So the combo he knocked him out with was 1, 2, 3 to the body and 1, 2 up top.
okay.
Yeah, reload 1, 2 up top.
Okay, so he set it up, had his hands down, saying thinking he's going to the body. He came right back up. Yeah, it was a decent fight, man. I mean, you know, we'll see if they'll really make that. Do you see the bet they made?
No, I did not.
So apparently, if Jake wins, Anderson Silva has to make a some type of organization with Jake about getting UFC fighters better pay and better medical care. That's what he said. And if Silva won,
They have wonderful medical care though.
do they? I thought,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So break that down. Like, how is it? How does it work?
It's not like if something happens to them, like if they in the fight, like that has to do with fighting, they'll get taken care of, man. And it's like also when it comes to like you know afterwards, the UFC does this thing with mushrooms with psilocybin
Do
where
they?
they are, yeah, where they are studying like regenerating neurons and stuff like that, so to like cure brain damage from
Really?
fighting and things like that.
Wow.
So yeah, man. So I
Wow.
think fighters are well. If he's talking about he wants to get the fighters better pay and benefits, okay, I can understand that. I can understand if you want to make it so that even if a fighter is losing their fights, they don't have to work another job.
Hmm.
If there's fighters like that, um, and I think that's at the pro level, they shouldn't have to work another job. Your only job should be
Yeah, that's
should be
crazy.
fighting.
That's crazy if you have to work another
Yeah,
job. That's crazy because first of all, the fight or the fighting should be your full-time job. If you're gonna fight professionally, you know what I'm saying, that should be your main thing you're doing
to be
all day.
training twice a day.
Yeah, all day type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not killing your body, but you should be. It should be. It's a 9 to 5 thing. You wake
Should
up.
be training twice a day.
You know what I'm saying?
Watching tape,
Yeah,
studying technique.
all day, bro. It should be about fighting, about your craft. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? It shouldn't
And
be.
they should take little breaks,
Yeah,
take breaks out.
yeah. Let your body rest, of course. Live life, of course. But just like a job, that's your job. You shouldn't have to, because that's your life, right? You shouldn't have to put it on the back burner. Um, but what
Hmm.
do you think about like Jake's kind of stance on like because he's been talking about this fighter pay thing for a while now. Like, what's your opinion on it? What do you think Dana should do? What do you think he's not doing? Like, what's your opinion on that whole situation?
um, I believe, like I said, I believe that they should not have to work another job, even if they're losing fights. I like what he does with the bonuses, with the $50,000 bonuses. I think they should be more. I think they have the money. They should be $100,000 bonuses. If I like that, there's bonuses. I should say that. Like if there's fight of the night bonuses, there's submission of the night, knockout of the night. Um, Things like that. So but yeah, man, I like the bonuses. I think, but like I said, I just think that they should not have to work another job, man.
Hmm.
Like it should be all, like you said, an all day thing. Like you should be, when you're not training your body, when you're not actually working the technique, you should be studying them. You should be watching tape. You should be taking breaks out for, a couple of hours, spend it with your family if if you have young kids or something like that, or take a couple of hours out for yourself, because you want to decompress. But yeah, it should be like a full-time job. It should be what you do, man. So then you should be able to make enough money fighting, because you put your body on the line, bro. You
Yeah,
put your life on the line. You put your, basically, like, literally your personality. Like your whole personality can change from fighting, from getting CTE. Like you're putting stuff like that on the line.
yeah.
You should be able to train. You're training. If you're in the UFC, or if you're in Bellator, if you're in PFL, or if you're in one championship, or if you're in any of these organizations, if you're in, Glory, which is a kickboxing organization, one championship, they have grappling, kickboxing, Muay Thai. But if you're doing any of those things, you should be able to, all day. You're going up against the best people in the world.
Hmm.
You're going up against killers, man. Literally,
Straight
like these
killers.
guys are straight up killers, trained killers, just meant to break bodies. That's what they're trained to do at the highest level. And it's just like, you should be able to all day. You should be able to learn how to protect yourself, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's I agree completely. Um, so here's another question for you. Do you think if they start getting paid a lot more, like I mean, I doubt it would ever get to this point, but well, maybe in some years. And people watching, smash the like button. Smash the like button. It's free.
Listen,
Smash it.
if you they should make at least 75K per fight. If you win, it should be like twice that. It
Okay.
should be like
So say
150.
they start making a lot more money, right?
Yeah.
Do you think?
They sell out like every event,
Okay,
bro. They
and
sell out every
and
event.
remember that
And
because I'm
plus pay-per-view.
right. Remember that 'cause I'm gonna come back to that as well. So if they start making crazy money, do you think it hinders it? Because yo, you start making crazy money. I'm talking Canelo money. Obviously, I'm not saying
No,
they
I don't
should,
think
right?
that
No, no, I know,
I
I know,
think
I
boxers
no,
make too
right? No,
much.
that's what I'm saying. Here's my thing, right? If you're making Canelo money, right? Do you know
Yeah.
how hard it is for you to like? This is one thing, and I'm not a Canelo fan, but I do.
I
Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Do
I
you,
think they should make doctor money, bro.
so what is that like? $350,000 a year type thing?
It's just a six-figure income if you're a professional fighter, at least.
Uh-huh.
If you're a professional athlete
Mm-hmm.
on ESPN, you should be making at least six figures. They should be making at least a six-figure income.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fighting on the undercard, on like the undercard, bro, at least you should be making like 80 to 90K a
Yeah,
year.
at least. I mean, at the very least. I mean, especially in UFC. You know what I'm saying? Where they're generate. So here's another question: how much does the UFC generate a year? Like, how much are they worth at least?
That's a freaking good question. Bro, a lot, man. Because if you think about this, they put on 12 pay-per-view events a year, right? Because there's an event every single month, and the number goes up every single time.
Hmm.
So they put on 12 of those a year, and they sell out. They arenas, bro. They'll sell out plus pay-per-view. So it's like, let me look it up right now
Hmm.
so I could be 100% sure. But other than that, what do you think about how much I mean, like, what's your estimation? Like, what's your guess? How much do you
That
think before I look it up?
they make a year?
Yes.
Ah, man, definitely definitely like at least $1 billion. At least a billion. That's my guess, at least. I mean, the way that it seems like it's going, it seems like they're raking in a lot. There's the pay-per-views, then you got the fight nights, and then you got the subscription, the ESPN Plus. Well, maybe that's to ESPN, but um, they got a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of products every year. You know what
Oof.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm sorry, I was reading. I was just stunned. Uh, Jesus. Okay, so the UFC is worth around 9 to 10
Wow.
billion, and in 2022 so far they have already. Oh wait, the promotion reportedly generated a revenue of approximately, damn, 1 billion in just the first quarter of
Wow.
2022.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Jeez, man. That's a lot of cash flow.
The company also generated upwards of 1 billion during the pandemic-stricken 2021.
Mm,
Jesus.
mm,
Yeah, you think about it, people. That's while nobody was in the arena, bro.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's just from pay-per-view.
And they still made that money. They
Well,
still.
if you think about it, they were gonna make a lot of money for pay-per-view with nobody in the arena. Because if you're gonna pay
Yeah,
for the arena,
right.
you're gonna pay to go to the arena. You'll definitely drop $75
Well,
and watch.
right, exactly. And the thing is, not all that money goes to them when they get those tickets. You got to pay they got to pay the venue, they got to pay this, they got to pay that fee. You know what I'm saying? They got to pay like
Hmm.
um, a lot of overhead. You know what I'm saying? So not all your money is going to the UFC when you go to those events. But this case, it's straight up pay-per-view. Obviously, they still have to find a arena or whatever, but like they don't have to house anyone. You know what I'm saying? Just the teams and everything like that. Like it's a lot less stress on the venue. So I'm sure
Hmm.
they're paying less. So yeah, I mean it makes sense. It honestly does make sense. I mean, here's the thing about it, bro, and this is the main reason why Crawford and Spence is not happening this year is because basically PBC and Showtime are broke. Um,
Damn.
they don't have any money, and
See, that makes much more sense in all honesty, because they're like, no, you have to come with this, you have to come with that, and that makes a lot of
yeah,
sense.
it's sad because we don't get. But the crazy part is they have enough money to put on Jake Paul and Silva because Showtime is
I
behind
mean, but
that.
Jake Paul has money though
Yeah, I'm
as
sure he's
well.
right. I'm sure he's putting some money behind himself as well. But you know, yeah, no, that's a good point. But yeah, they're out of money. Al Heyman, which is the basically the president of PBC. Um, he didn't want to talk to Bud directly. Uh, Errol Spence, there was actually a conversation that was leaked a couple days ago. Errol Spence is talking to someone, and he's saying basically the fight was never gonna happen this year. They were trying to target it for January, and Bud has been out of the rinks for over 12 months. This month will make 12, and next month he's fighting December. He's fighting some. Oh, did we talk about that?
When was the last time he
He fought
fought?
Sean
Does
Porter.
he? Yeah,
He fought Sean Porter in November of last year, or I think October of last year, so 2021.
yeah. So a year ago.
Yeah, about a year ago. But did we talk about him fighting someone else? Did we talk about that yet?
We did, but I don't remember who you
Okay.
said.
Yeah, so Bud is fighting David Avanesian, which I've never heard of. Most people have
Yeah,
not
you
either.
said he said he's fighting somebody we haven't heard of,
Yeah,
but you
it's
didn't
yeah.
say who.
Right, right. It's I can't be mad at it because they're offering him 10 or at least $10 million guaranteed. And with the Spence fight, he was not getting anything guaranteed. It was just the back end. And that's why he wanted to see the books, see how much money they're making, so that he can gauge how much money he'll make. You know what I'm saying? Which is
Hmm.
completely, I get it. Um, so BLK Prime, which is a new streaming service, um, basically offered him 10, eight figures. So we know that's at least $10 million, um, to fight this dude. So it's like, okay, he could either sit on the shelf for longer and longer. They just still try and they try to scam him, or he could go out, have a stay busy fight. You know what I'm saying? And then still try to make the Errol Spence fight after. So I mean, I'm mad at the fact that the fight's not happening, but I don't blame Bud. At the end of the day, as well, Tyson Fury is doing the same thing. He's going out and facing a dude he already beat twice. You know what I'm saying? It's a stay busy fight. But no one is, no
Yeah.
one is, mad at Tyson Fury for doing that when they should be fighting
So
for undisputed.
let me ask you, what the Loma fight, was that supposed to be a cleanup fight, wasn't it?
That was a tune-up fight. Stay busy. That was a tune-up fight.
That looked more competitive though
See?
than it.
That's right. Hey, look. Hey, look. I I got to the bar a little bit late. I started watching around round three, and I saw Loma getting
Pieced up.
pieced up, man. Pieced. He was Jim Ortiz was having a lot more success than people were thinking.
He's Ortiz was is very aggressive.
It's smart it's smart aggression too.
Yeah, he's smart.
Yeah,
He has good
yeah,
guard.
and
Very
he's
good guard.
very athletic as well. He's very athletic. That was actually his first 12 round fight ever.
Wow.
You know, he's
So wait, so he probably has like very good conditioning, and then because of the amateurs, because of
well,
that 3 round format,
y-
you're probably used to putting in your because he well, what did he fight before?
oh, I think it was just 10 rounders. It 8 rounders. You go up. When
Okay,
you first do a
stop.
couple. You know what I'm saying? But that's his first 12 rounder fight. And I think I'm gonna be
Probably
honest,
still
bro.
has good conditioning.
Sorry.
Probably still has good conditioning just because of his training.
Right, but the thing is, bro, he's not used to fighting 12 rounds, so it's like I think that's what
Mhm.
hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Um, 'Cause 8 rounds, 10 rounds is not 12. No matter what way you look at it, it's not 12. Those last two, those
Yeah,
last
so
th
Loma has
eh,
like that extra
he
gear.
has that extra gear, and I think that's what won him the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Ortiz got tired at the end. Um, and but look, if Ortiz can do that to Loma, Devin Haney
Okay.
is going to destroy. I mean, end him. I think he stops him. I think he stops Loma.
I think Loma needs to be more aggressive, man.
See, and that's the thing. He's good when he's aggressive. He's good when he's going forward. But the minute you start pressuring him, he starts going backwards. He is not comfortable. He is not comfortable, bro. I'm telling
That's
you.
that's so weird. There's a lot of boxers like that today. It
Today,
feels like it
it,
feels
they,
like at least in that
yeah,
weight class.
because I don't know what it is, but they are not trained to fight backwards. Obviously, that's not the
Probably
ideal
because
thing.
they're explosive, man. So they're probably only trained like to go forward
Right.
and explode because it works for them.
Daniel says Loma lost his hairline yesterday, dude. Look old. He said he's too small and always has been for 135. I mean, yeah, he's a small dude. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, um, hey man, he's in the one. He's in 135. So, you know what I'm saying? And he's been a champion. He's been a champion before. You know what I'm saying? So, we can't have no excuses now because now they're saying Devin Haney's too big for him. No, no, no. A couple years ago, they were saying that Loma would beat him, and Devin Haney was out here calling him out time after time after time. Lomachenko ducked him. But now what's going on? You know what I'm saying? The narrative is being changed. You know what I'm saying? Now they're gonna say, watch, when Devin Haney beats him, they're gonna say he was too big for him. He was old, this and that. Which he's 34, bro. Crawford is 35. Crawford is 35. Floyd was 36 when he destroyed Canelo at 23. So I don't want to hear this too old stuff. He is completely
Mm,
fine. He is not an old man yet. You know what I'm saying? He's only 34 years old. That's not that old. That's a fighter.
it's not old at
That's not
all.
old.
I think that's it. How old Izzy
Yeah,
is?
Izzy's 34, 33. Usman is 33, I think. Volkanovski is what, like 33 as well. That's not
Hmm.
old. And they're taking more
That's not old.
damage to their whole body. Maybe not to the head, but
30 old is like for fucking for sorry, old for fighting is like 38, man.
38, 37. 38 is like
Yeah.
when you start getting real old. But we've seen fighters.
Shoot, look at Glover Teixeira,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Yeah,
Teixeira's
that's
like I think he's like 42 or something like
yeah,
that.
around there.
Might be
Daniel
44.
says it is when you're from a super white place, bro. Hey, brother, he a young boy, bro. He a young boy. He a young boy, bro.
Hmm. He ain't going outside today.
Huh?
He ain't going outside today.
What do you say?
You don't get the reference,
Nah.
bro.
Oh, 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 oh. You talking about that dude with the hair?
Young boy.
Bro, I
NBA
don't
young
listen to
boy.
YoungBoy, bro.
Oh man, neither do I. But
You know that song?
that song is just very popular.
Daniel says,
What happened?
Daniel
Yes.
says, so what's up with Tank and Mares? Abner Mares. So basically, what's going on is there's a high probability that Tank is not fighting Ryan Garcia. This is the main reason why I do not make videos on that fight anymore.
Come on.
That fight is either that fight is cursed, bro. That fight is just simply not gonna take place. I don't know why. It I don't know, bro. I mean, we could make all the speculations up, and but it seems to be a pattern where two prime fighters simply do not get fights made in their prime, or at least when they're before the prime or something. You know what I'm saying? They're close to their prime. It,
Hmm.
it's a pattern, bro, and I hate it, man. It's very annoying. Um, but going back to Loma, and I don't think any version of Loma could have beat Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? I think Listen, Devin Haney is 23. I think he's a year older than us, but either he just turned 24 or he's 23
I
still.
believe he's about to turn
Okay,
24.
so yeah, he's a year older. He's 98. And he was calling out Lomachenko over 3 years ago. He became the WBC mandatory. You know the story, and Loma ducked him. So I mean, and at this point, bro, I want to see this thing get laid to rest. But you know what though? You know what I really like about Devin Haney, man? It's this stuck out to me a lot when they interviewed him, right? And they interviewed Devin Haney. He said that wasn't an impressive performance, but he said when we fight, he's gonna be much better. Also, he said basically I was watching 78 Sports, which is another YouTuber, and he knows Devin Haney's dad. He called him up and he put him on the show, and he said that Bill Haney's father said that Devin Haney said to him while he's fighting, he said "No, Loma's not gonna look anything like this when we fight. And I like that mentality because that's going to keep him going at 100 miles per hour. He's not going to let up because psychologically, bro, you see a dude fight like that, getting pieced up by someone that is not relatively known. Subconsciously, bro, you're going to be like, okay, I don't got to, go as hard as I thought I did, train as hard. But he said no. He's expecting the best Loma. So that stuck out for me, man, and I think that's extremely smart of a fighter to always prepare to the 100%. I think he's not gonna leave any stones unturned. You know what I'm saying? Well, Daniel says, what's the probability Loma ducks him again? It's high because now they're talking about Devin Haney's too big.
Man, the culture in boxing behind losing needs to
It
change
does.
for these guys to
It
fight.
does. It does. Um, you know what? That's a very good point. Okay, what do you think what could change that? Because
What
I'll
could
tell you
change?
what ruined it was Floyd. Not to say that he did anything wrong, he just didn't lose. But it's Floyd that really changed that stigma, bro. Where if you lose, it's everything.
What do? You fight often.
But then you get more chances of losing.
You also get more chances of winning.
Yeah, it's a flip of the coin. That's why. That's true. Um, but does that fix it though?
Uh,
Well,
the
here's what I think. I think just the best thing to fight the best more often, so you can. So there has to be a loser. It can only there can't be two winners.
the mentality in MMA, right? If you're fighting someone who's better than you, is like people know they're better than you. For some reason in boxing, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like there's like so much like mysteriousness and so much like
Right.
I don't
Right.
know what
You
it
know
is. It's
what?
almost
Yeah.
like people.
Yeah.
It's like people like don't know who's better or something
Mhm.
like that. And and like if you lose, and it's like it puts you down and
Mhm.
whatnot. But it's like the mentality that I see in MMA. Like if you're fighting someone that's better than you, Everybody knows they're better than you. Like no one necessarily expects you to win. And if you do well against them, even if you lose, it raises your
Right,
stock a lot.
right.
So like Sean O'Malley, like even though Sean O'Malley won that fight, even we think that he lost, so both of us. Um, but even though he lost, his stock went up because Sean
Here,
Piotr
hold that
Jan,
thought. Remember that thought. Daniel says the money they value, the constant influx of money and popularity. Once you lose, it sets you back a lot. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Like the video. But continue, because that ties into what you're saying. Because
yeah,
I think honestly, if Sean O'Malley lost that fight, he did lose the fight, but if he actually lost the decision, I think it actually would have raised his stock more, personally, because I think people would have respected him more because he did well.
hmm.
I just don't think he did enough to win the fight. I don't think he.
Oh yeah,
You get what I'm
I
saying?
see what you're
Because now
saying.
it's like a backlash. There's like, yo,
People now people don't
yeah.
like him because of
When it's like,
yeah.
yo,
It's not his fault, but people are not logical.
exactly, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I think he would have got more respect, losing the fight because at the end of the day, the right man should have won. But you still did good. We know we can,
Mhm.
we can now say that you deserve to be in the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I think that some people are gonna be like, even the fact that he could even like win by accident is good. Like because Piotr Jan beat Jose Aldo, finished Jose Aldo, did it in 4 rounds, but finished Jose Aldo. He absolutely outclassed Corey Sandhagen in the later rounds, destroyed Corey Sandhagen. Two championship level fighters. Jose Aldo was a championship. He defended the belt not, I think, 9 times.
Right, right.
Um, Corey Sandhagen is, we talk about 135. It's a deep division. He's another
Hmm.
championship level fighter. He destroyed him. Piotr Jan is just one of the best strikers in the entire organization, not just in the
Hmm.
division. And Sean O'Malley, he was able to not. I don't think he won, because he did get hit with shots. They dealt pretty even, actually, mostly in the
Hmm.
striking.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And I would, I mean, I would agree. I think for me, why I say a lot of it has to do with the control time. I mean, I feel like that matters. I mean, even again, you get taken down, bro. It has to mean something. Maybe maybe you don't do the
yeah,
most
no,
out of it, right? You know what I'm saying? But if you are
yeah,
able to take someone down, bro, that means that the other person is lacking in defense in some area. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're not complete. You didn't. You get what
yeah.
I'm
I
saying?
mean, it's just the scoring system is bad, man. I mean, we talked about this the other day. The scoring system is just
Hmm.
garbage because they use a boxing system, the boxing
Right.
system, and it's a striking system. It doesn't. They try to. We need categories, man. We need if you want to do the 10-9 system, you could still do the 10-9 system, but there has to be a 10-9 for
Right.
grappling,
Right.
or if it could be the 5-4
Yeah.
system. So 5-4 for grappling, 5-4 for striking, and then it adds up every round. So there's two scores every round, so it adds up to be a a 10-8 or 9-7 or
Right. Oh
whatever.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, something needs to change. Because we've seen too many times where fights just the scoring is not doesn't reflect. You know what I'm saying? I think it works fine for boxing, to be honest with you, but um,
Yeah, it's simple.
exactly, it's simple. I mean, you got two weapons and you got a target. You know what I'm saying? But MMA is so much way. There's so many ways to score. There's so many ways to hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ways to dominate a fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it should. Yeah, I agree. It shouldn't align with that. But uh, 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 I think if the fight, if the best fight the best more often, we're gonna have a lot more O's being taken away, regardless. So I do agree with you on that to fight. But I think the main thing is they need to be fighting the best. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they just need to fight anyone, but I think they need to fight the best people available because if they do, we're going to get rid of this thing where you need an O. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And there's going
Yeah,
to be a lot more people with that, 37-2,
that's the thing, man.
37-1,
Back in the day, the best lost.
right? See, these are
Look,
facts.
look, bro. When you
These are
excuse
facts.
me, when you look in like the golden era, man, that the heavyweight era, how many dudes had that
That's
belt?
right. That's so true. That's so true. And some of them got it back. That's a
Yep,
part of greatness. That's what makes greatness right there. You sometimes you get you get taken
knocked
knocked
down.
down, but you come back up. That's see, and this is why the second coming of Wilder is very important to a lot of people because we seen him at his lowest point. We seen him at get he was knocking everybody out, and he himself got
Hmm.
knocked out. So now this is the second return. This is where greatness gets created, where we see what happens, um, how you bounce back. Even Anthony Joshua, if he comes back, if he were to ever fight Fury, I think Fury would beat him, right? But if he ever pulled it off and beat Fury, that's greatness right there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's greatness, So that's where greatness gets created. You know what I'm saying? Um, but now, no one wants to even create that because now no one wants to get taken down or knocked down or anything like that.
Yeah, everybody's that's the thing, man. If they're oh my god, that's bro. There's a line right in that Eminem says in in Lose Yourself, bro. That every time I hear it, I'm just like, bro, I gotta go back. And it's called or the line is superstardom's close to post mortem.
Superstardom is close to postmortem. What's postmortem again after you die?
Yeah.
Superstardom is close to postmortem. Damn, damn, damn,
So
damn.
it's
Yeah, that's
saying that
crazy.
there's a
That's
fine
crazy.
line
That's crazy.
between
Yeah,
success and failure
right. Yeah, that's actually really damn. That's some real talk right there, bro. Can't even lie. Yeah,
because you got to
you
risk
gotta
it,
risk
bro.
it.
You got to and it's like walking that fine line and on the and on you know shit, man. It's like you just risk
Yeah.
it, bro. It's like and if you could fall on one side and
Mhm.
succeed
Or you could.
and or you could fall on the other side and there's
Mhm.
failure.
Mhm.
But it's a fine line. It's just a fine line that's between them and you're walking
And it
on it.
has to be walked. It has to be walked.
Otherwise, you just stay where you are,
Exactly.
bro.
Damn, I like that a lot, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's a tattoo right there. But you know, that's some real talk right there. But yeah, man, it's true. And I don't know if that's what is causing the fights to not to happen though. I don't think it is because that is more so on the fighters' side, but we see it clearly that is on the
Yeah.
promoter side that these fights are getting stopped. We know that Tank wants to fight Ryan. We know that Ryan wants to fight Tank. It's not a it's not a
Hmm.
you know
This
what I'm saying?
time.
At this point, it's not really a question of whether they want to fight. Terrence Crawford wants to fight
Hmm.
I said Devin Haney. Terrence Crawford wants to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence wants to fight Terrence Crawford. We know this already.
Yeah, I think there is real there no there is real warriors in the sport. Like Sean Porter is a
Bro, he fought
warrior, man.
everyone. Sean Porter
Sh-
fought everyone.
Sean Porter's willing to fight
Anybody,
anybody.
bro.
And that's why I have a lot of respect for him even though he lost.
Exactly. And that's
He
but you know what? That's a part of the respect we have for him. The fact that he did lose. You know what I'm saying? I need you to watch Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I have
Okay,
not.
well that's honest. That is one of my favorite fights of boxing history. Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman. I'm gonna send it to you.
Shit.
That
I
is,
might watch it
yeah,
tonight.
that fight is so good, man. So good.
Hmm.
Um,
Wait, did you ever watch Calvin Cater and Max Holloway?
No, no, bro. Shoot, bro.
Yeah, you need to watch that
Realistically, bro,
tonight.
I needed like a
No, you need to
yeah,
watch it tonight. I
I need
don't
a
give
full day, bro,
damn.
to just like
Actually,
fight
no,
everything.
you need to watch it tonight. You're gonna watch it right
Yeah.
after
All right,
this
send it
stream.
to me again, bro. I'm sure you sent it to me before. Wait a minute,
Yeah,
that's him versus the white dude, right?
Max versus yeah.
I don't know if nah, I would have remembered it. I know you did send it to me though.
This is the one where he's talking to
When he's
the
talking to him, he's saying I'm the
yeah
best boxer alive.
yeah
I've
yeah
definitely seen it. I don't know if I've seen the whole thing. What was it, 5 rounder or 3 rounder?
yeah. It was a
Five
five
rounder.
rounder.
Okay. Regardless, I'll rewatch it if I did see it.
Okay, well we're gonna watch it right after
All
this.
right.
Yeah, you're in for us, like, dude. Okay, but I'll probably we'll switch over and I'll share my screen.
Okay.
But yeah, but no, what were you saying
I
before?
don't even. What was I saying? Oh, Sean Porter, how he fought everybody. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
yeah,
he's
yeah.
fought, Danny Garcia. He's fought all the top welterweights. You know what I'm saying? He's 34. He retired. Terrence Crawford retired him. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that there is a pushback from the suits. There's a pushback
Yeah.
from the promotional companies, the promoters.
They don't want to spend. Yeah, that is very
You
true,
know?
man. Because you do mention they get paid a lot, and with the money issues, they don't want to pay him.
They-
You do mention
Yeah.
that they don't want to pay
They
these
don't want to pay
guys.
them, man. They don't want to pay them what they're worth. Whether they're and some of the guys get paid a lot, right? Of course, we know this.
Yeah,
But
relatively
right,
speaking, you mean?
but and even in that, that's a small percentage of. There's a lot more bigger. There's a lot more boxers than there are superstars in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everyone is Canelo. Not everyone is
Hmm.
Deontay Wilder. Not everyone is Tyson. Well, Tyson Fury only really got started getting paid because of Deontay Wilder big. Before he fought Wilder, he was not getting big money. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder pretty much made him famous. No one knew who, unless you were a diehard boxing fan, you didn't know who Tyson Fury was. Um, until he fought uh, Deontay Wilder in the States. Um,
Hmm.
but even so, he was considered the best heavyweight at before he went on his drug binge, his PED binge, and his cocaine binge, and gained 600 pounds and everything like that. He was considered the best heavyweight at that time. After he beat Klitschko, but the point is, not everyone is
Hmm.
Floyd. Not everyone is Manny Pacquiao. Like that's a small like we think that yes, boxers do get a lot of money. Not everyone is Devin Haney. Not everyone is like there's a lot more smaller boxers that don't get
Yeah,
shine. You know what I'm
they
saying?
don't get
Right.
shit.
That essentially don't get anything, right? So,
Yeah, that's the thing that did that I don't remember who was saying this to me, um but they were saying that at the high level, yes, and that like boxers make a lot more than MMA fighters, but at the like mid to lower level, MMA fighters actually make
more,
more.
right. And yeah, and that actually makes a lot of sense because, bro, and like, bro, just imagine back in the day, bro. You got a dude that says, "Okay, I can get you a fight, right? But I'm only gonna pay you $500." But he pockets 1,500.
It's the culture. I mean, if you think about it, bro, those like if you think about it, like the culture, like boxing gyms are not very glamorous. They're not very, if they can be small because it's simple. You don't need a lot. What you need is a heavy bag. You need some pads and a glove, some
Mhm.
shoes, mouthpiece, headgear, and a
Mhm.
ring, bro. And you need a little bit of space.
Facts.
But so it's just like, but I just say that to essentially make the point. Like the culture that I've seen, as far as I can see, is like there's not a lot of money in it unless you do it at the very highest
Yeah,
level.
that's true.
Because like even if you look at like and I'm not saying that you should look at Hollywood depictions. You should take them with a grain of salt. If you look at Creed, bro, if you look at in the like in the gyms where he was training, like where he went to do maybe it was Creed 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them,
It might have been
unfortunately.
the first. Yeah, I've only seen the. I may have seen the first one. It's been a while, but he just basically went to like a hole in the wall type gym,
Mm,
bro. And it's just like I'm not, and I'm not saying that like champions don't come out of there, but champions do come out of there. Like that's the point.
right, right.
It's like it's just the culture is like there's not a lot of money in
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
bro.
no, that I agree. That it's based off of pain. It's based off of toughness. You know what I'm saying? It's based off of, grit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get it how you live
Mhm.
type of thing. Nothing is just given to you until you cross that line, you know what I'm saying? Um, which is rare, you know what I'm saying? Which is
Yeah.
very rare, even for but when you have a company like UFC and you're able to have opportunities to get a contract like with the Ultimate Fighter, um, you know, I'm sure there's a lot more funding in it because
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I do I do think that boxing has done a lot for combat
oh yeah,
sports. Because I think that the lull in boxing basically paved the
yeah,
way for the lull on the promotional side of boxing. It left the vacuum. It paved the way for the for MMA to take
definitely.
over and to be
Yeah,
popular.
I mean, boxing is one of the oldest sports as far as
Hmm.
American history goes. They would watch the slaves, you know what I'm saying, fight to the death, you know what I'm saying, put gloves on them sometimes. So we know it's a very old sport. Then they obviously started, paying dudes. You got Black Murderers Row, which was basically a time where black people didn't get any championship opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And then you know you had Rocky, what was his name, Marciano, Jack Dempsey. It's an old sport. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I think when was UFC started? 1993, 1990,
93.
93.
Yeah, 93.
Okay,
That was the first
right.
event. Yeah.
And it had reminisce. It was reminiscent of like a fight card, a boxing fight card. That's obviously
Yeah,
what is
I
modeled
mean,
after.
before that there was Pride, but that was
Okay, there was a pride. Okay, that was before.
yeah.
So okay,
Damn, I have to look
so
back.
was
Oh
it?
shoot,
It was UFC. Sorry, it was Pride, and then it was UFC.
UFC
But
bought
Pride.
Pride.
Okay, and but my question is that how they started though, or the
Uh,
what?
is that how UFC
Yeah.
started? No,
Okay.
UFC was there, and then the UFC bought Pride because the Pride was a corrupt organization, like we talked
Mhm.
about, like how the only way to essentially make an organization not to corrupt is for another organization to take
Mhm.
over.
And weed it out.
Um, yeah, and essentially change it from the ground up. Um, but yeah, I was just looking up something about Pride. Uh, Tokyo Dome. Oh, okay. Pride Fighting Championship was a Japanese mixed martial arts
Oh, it's
promotion
Japanese,
company.
eh? Wow.
Its inaugural event was held at the Tokyo Dome on October 11th, 1997. Okay, no, never mind. So Pride was not there before. I'm mistaken.
Okay.
Um, so and they bought it in 2007.
Okay.
Hmm.
Wow, it's a Japanese thing. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
good.
so they bought it, and basically, like I was saying, they bought it and they absorbed their
Right.
fighters.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what? Whoa, whoa, whoa! I can't hear you.
Okay. Okay. No. Um. Yeah, man. So I mean, something has to change. Something has to
Hmm.
change. Me and Daniel talk about all the time, and we don't know. We can't. There's. It seems like there's so many factors to why these fights don't get made, but I think the the main thing is the greed, or well, I won't say that, but the main thing is these dudes on the top. Um, and I think because Dana doesn't have any issue with it. So here was what I was trying to get at before. If You if
Daniel actually likes fighting. That's the thing.
Yeah, and a lot of these business dudes have, with boxing have no idea. They're not fighters at all. They're just in it for the money. Um,
Hey, he was Dana White was talking the other day, right? And I'm not saying I love Dana White. I'm just saying he was saying that in the history of the UFC, in the history of um, them buying
mhm.
Pride and them having and any fighters, they've never had a fighter die. They've
Really?
never lost a fighter.
Really?
Never, never,
They've never lost a fighter, eh?
never.
And boxing is many people have died in boxing. But that's the thing. It's the brain is the most important thing in the body. So if you lose the brain, everything else will go. And
Hmm.
that's, even my friend asked me last night, what's more dangerous, boxing or MMA? And I told him, for fatally, boxing. Boxing will always be more fatally dangerous because you're getting hit constantly to the head. Your brain is being jumped up and, what I'm saying, mangled. And, but MMA, you got to worry about your whole body. You know what I'm saying? You can hurt your body, but that stuff can heal a lot quicker and a lot easier than your brain can heal. You know what I'm saying? It can take a lot more damage than your brain. So, that is a surprise. I'm not gonna lie that no one has died.
Little gloves too.
Little gloves. I mean, that's a surprise that no one has died. Daniel says independence is key. That is the only kryptonite for the boxer, for higher ups. That should that should be every boxer's goal once they turn pro to be independent. The issue, and I agree, Daniel. The issue with that is that, oh, see, when you turn pro, you don't have you don't have anything behind you. So just like these rappers, you know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
know, they don't have any money behind them. They may have, they just became pro. They just want to fight. They're willing to sign for any money. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, absolutely.
and once you get signed, you know what I'm saying, now you have at least some income coming in. You have something behind you. You have marketing, because marketing is everything, man. Marketing is everything. I don't care what industry you're in. If you don't have marketing,
Yes,
you won't
bro.
have
That's
anything.
so
You know what I'm
true.
saying? So that's the issue where it comes into. Now, if there was an organization like UFC where once you get in, that's it. You the heavy lifting is done essentially. All you got to worry about is being good and obviously being marketable, but the marketing is taken care of already because you're a part of the UFC. That right there is already that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, they're bro. They're a promotional juggernaut.
Right. No, it's everyone knows that UFC. I don't care.
Everyone,
Everyone. Everyone.
bro. The sport was called UFC.
Right.
Like people would say
Yeah,
UFC
right. I
fight,
used to
and
say that for a
it
minute.
pisses me off.
I would say
This
that,
is
bro. Like for a minute. Like obviously now I know, you know what I'm saying, but
I'm like, nah, bro. I do not do
right.
UFC.
Oh shoot, I'm laughing
Fuck,
at that.
do not, bro. That is on. That is like saying, oh, so what? So you play
Right.
NBA?
Right. No, I play basketball.
So dumb.
So
Yeah.
Daniel says, yes, bro. I'm saying do it as soon as it's proper. We talked about this, like doing it after they have at least 15 fights in. Like I said, I'm agreeing with you on that. I'm just saying, I'm just highlighting the obstacles. You know what I'm saying? The obstacles that a
Mhm.
fighter, what I'm saying, might go through. Um, but I think if you have a plan, what I'm saying, if you have a vision like Devin Haney, bro. Devin
I think
Haney,
it depends on how you fight, and really, bro. The biggest detriment is how you train, bro. And in MMA, the culture is more of not to kill each other,
oh yeah.
of not to go too
Wait,
hard.
in like
And I
when you
really,
train, you saying?
yes, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I just really think that that's why less people die in MMA, less people and less people come out and talking funny and
Remember
stuff
that
like
thought
that.
because I want to touch back on that. Daniel
Go ahead.
says, for a question for you, says, should former fighters judge UFC fights to avoid
Yes,
what happened in 2FC 80? Okay.
yes.
So, and I always wondered that, bro. Why in the world is it people that have never fought?
It's people from the athletic commission,
Right.
man.
I'm trying to figure that out. Like, same thing in
Cause
boxing. It's the same thing in boxing, bro.
yeah, I don't know,
That
bro.
doesn't
I
that
don't
that's
know.
one thing I don't. Bros, dudes that you ain't never even know their
Thing is,
name.
it's the UFC. Like it's so they can do that. Like I don't know anything about boxing, but the UFC can definitely do that.
What do you mean by
Like
that?
they can definitely like I don't know how any of the business works in
No, I
boxing,
know, but
but I
yeah, but I'm saying like what they can do that as in like hire people from the athletic commission or whatever. Or you're saying,
no, I mean like they can definitely hire
oh,
fighters.
right, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the same way that they hire them for commentating, why wouldn't they be able
Hmm.
to hire them for judging as well?
That's what I'm saying.
That's one thing.
Or but I could be talking out of my ass completely, but it's just like yeah. So, but I'm basically thinking what you're thinking is just like if they can hire them to do commentary, if they can hire them to do interviews, if they can hire them to be on TV on ESPN,
Hmm.
why can't they hire them to judge the fights? What can't they hire? Because they would be much more. It's not like they're hiring them to ref
Right.
or do anything like that.
Exactly. It's just the they're because that the ref
I
obviously
don't
has to
know.
be trained and everything like that, but
I don't. Maybe I'm thinking. It could be like they've trained together, and it could be a conflict of
I mean,
interest.
that's what I was thinking as well. It could be a conflict of interest, but there's already conflict of interest already. Like we've seen judges being paid off before. First of all, judges don't make a hell of a lot of money, so it's not anything for you to pay them. Are about to give you 50 grand. If the fight's close, give it to this guy. Corruption. I don't know about UFC, but boxing, that easily that happens all the time. So even the referee, bro, the referee, you can say, all right, look, the ref makes however much money. Say, all right,
Hmm.
look, if this dude is clinching a lot, I want you to or you could say, all right, if this dude does one bad thing, take a point off right away. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And they get 25 bans. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of ways for corruption to be present there. You know what I'm saying? Daniel says they got fighters commentating and the novice judging. Yo, so what were you saying about how they train? Like, you're saying like as far as like just strictly training, like they're training not to kill each other?
I mean, obviously, how you fight has to do with it too. But when you train in MMA, you do not. Yes, there's hard sparring sessions, but usually you spar every class. Um, at least where I have been, at least where I have trained, you spar every class, and you just don't you train to spar, man. Like you train to spar and you train to fight. Like you train to know the difference. You train to have like excuse me. You train to have control in that way.
Uh,
Uh yeah. I'm coming down with something.
okay, I was like,
Um yeah, I'm
so
coughing.
so.
Uh but no, but when you train in MMA, man, when you train in boxing, I noticed that a lot of boxers they train and they like kill each other, bro.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't really like about my trainer. Like we have to go like 80%. I mean, he wants us to go. Well, I won't say he wants us to go all out, but he wants us to like hurt each other type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like because he says like, "Yo, you got a crazy hook, but you don't throw it when you're sparring." I'm like, man, it's gonna be really hard for me to control that hook power, bro. Like if I throw that hook, bro, with conviction, that thing gonna hurt, man. And I mean, I could usually gauge my jabs and my straights, but them hooks, bro, once you get your body into it, it's hard to control the power. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah, you really
yeah,
have to
yeah,
pull.
and it's like okay, if you're pulling, then you're obviously it's gonna be hard for you to get that motion. You know what I'm saying? Like Daniel says you're gonna lay some. I mean, shoot, man. Like everything else, I can gauge it pretty
Oh
well.
shoot, yeah, man. Why didn't I even mention this? I'm fighting in less than a week
Yeah. Oh
now.
yeah. 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 Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, man. Hey, keep me
Yeah.
updated, bro. If you can.
So it's in Detroit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's at a gym in Detroit
Okay.
that I'm fighting at.
If you can, bro, give your phone to someone, and if they could like FaceTime me, and you know what I'm saying.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do
Daniel
that.
says good luck to you, bro.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
man. We
Thank you.
here. You know what I'm saying. We're supporting the vision, the dream. You know what I'm saying. You already know.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Daniel.
Um,
Shit.
but yeah, no, it's real. It's real. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, I agree though. Like, I feel like you should train to fight, but like,
It,
there's
I
a
I
difference.
think no, but go ahead. Finish what you were
Yeah, I
saying.
mean, I agree. I mean, you should be able to. Like, I get where people come from when they say, okay, you gotta train, to actually fight, because if you don't, you know what I'm saying, once you actually get into it, it's gonna be like a really big difference. I get that, but at the same time, you're trying to learn. You're trying to get better. You're not trying to kill each other. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So,
Max Holloway doesn't spar anymore.
at all?
Nah,
Really?
he doesn't spar anymore. He said, listen, I need to drill. Drillers make killers. I know how to fight.
Wow.
I don't need to spar. I don't need to be destroying my brain. I already
See,
know how to do
he
that.
has a very good point there. He does, but at the same time, bro, if I don't spar for more than 2, 3 weeks, bro, I almost go back to square one. I get rusty.
Well, it's just like shadow box. Your visualization. So he probably has his tricks that he uses, like different, like probably like me. I visualize a lot. Like in the day when I'm daydreaming,
Hmm.
I'm sitting there visualizing myself like in the fight, throwing leg kicks and throwing
Hmm.
blocks in between at work,
That's
in
key.
between
That's key.
at work. I don't know what I'm doing, bro. In between, I'm shadow boxing. Even in my fucking coworkers comment on
Hmm.
it and they joke around about it, and it's all in good faith, and it's not like they're talking shit or
Right.
anything like that, but it's just like they notice it, but I just be like shadow boxing in between, because I work on like an assembly
Hmm.
line type thing, and in between us having to do our job and whatnot, I'd be like shadow
Hmm.
boxing and whatnot, and doing what and just doing my thing and hitting different elbows, and just doing different combos that I know, like that we've learned in class, that because we have our own combo system at our gym.
Right.
um but but what was that, what was even my point? But it's that shit's key,
Yeah,
bro.
it's key. It's key. That
um
yeah, I'm sure Holloway does do that. I mean, he would
yeah, or
yeah.
yeah, that's my
Right.
point, is I'm sure that he has little things that he does to keep himself
Right.
sharp,
Right.
that he doesn't have to
Yeah.
spar.
Yeah.
I mean, you were even talking about it the other day. What were you were talking about? Oh, free throws,
Yeah.
shooting free throws.
Right, right, right. Yeah, it's basically visualization is pretty much the same like this, almost pretty much the exact same effectiveness as you actually doing the act. If you can see
Hmm.
yourself doing it, practicing doing that thing in your mind, you will actually your body will mold itself to actually start doing it in reality. Again, your brain can't distinguish between imagination and your in reality. It doesn't know how to. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So no, that's
when
100%
when you
facts.
trick it.
Exactly, you trick it. It's this is all a game, man. This whole reality is a game. You can manipulate it,
Hmm.
you can mold it, you can do whatever you want. You just have to see it, you have to believe it, and that's pretty much what it is, man. Um, but yeah, man, I do that as well. Um, you know what I'm saying, and just imagine myself, you know what I'm saying, doing what I want to learn. You know what I'm saying, just being better. You know what I'm saying. Um, and what helps me a lot is actually watching fights as well, of course. Um, but everyone has their little tricks, but I think the main thing is extremely important to visualize yourself, man. So you got that down. You definitely got that down. But we gonna
Thank
uh
you.
we gonna uh we gonna wrap it up. We gonna wrap it up.
Wrap
We
it
gonna
up.
wrap that thing up. It's just dude. We gonna wrap it up. We're gonna be here Wednesday. Talk about Izzy versus Alex, which is
Hell yeah.
you know yeah, that
281
that, that whole card is gonna be
over in November.
it's gonna be a good one, man. But shoot, we about to be out though. Like and subscribe for more content. Y'all did me dirty with the likes. There was enough people to come through with and ain't nobody like it, bro. It says on the bottom, like the video. Anyways, we out. Peace.
Yes, sir. Nah, but
Yeah, man, that was